the thing that I always gone for is to try to make that conversation as, as organic as possible. Like two guys talking. Of course, I don't always achieve it, but I try.
Two guys talking.
Yeah, two guys just saying. That's the essence of the podcast. So I was going to, for example, I was going to wear a suit before. Yeah. Because that's what I was going to wear a suit. I'm like, nah, let's just keep it. Maybe I should change tack. I just keep it casual.
Thank God you went casual, because me, I'm a casual guy. I can't remember the last time I wore a suit or African native. I've not worn that.
Do you even have a suit?
I mean, I do. I think I do. I used to have a lot of them, but I think I just have two now. But even those two, one of them is still brand new. I haven't worn it, and I'm sure I'm bigger than it now.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm sure I'm bigger than that suit. I'm sure I'm bigger than that suit now. I've not worn that in a long time. I mean, I like being very free. If I need to go somewhere, my go-to outfit is my shorts, a t-shirt, sneakers, and I'm out. I used to be hats before. I still have a lot of hats, but now I just wear my do-rag because that kind of covers my head. I can't leave my head open. I don't know, over time, these days, my hair, if I leave my hair open for too long, I get cold in it and then it just goes. So I just tie my do-rag. That stops sweat, it stops everything, and it's more convenient for me.
So for whatever it's worth, you look American. If I didn't know you, I think you were one of the boys.
Yeah.
I heard in the reception you were talking to the people.
Yeah.
That's what I've been asking you since. I'm like, hey, now wow.
People. I've had a lot of people like. I've had places where I will be at and you won't know I'm Nigerian at all. Like my switch is, I don't even know when I do it. I just switch, and then sometimes when I'm around our people, and then I switch to my Akata. Especially if I'm on the phone with you, you would probably look at your phone like, not the same guy with this, but I mean, I think I've always been American even before I started living here.
Oh yes, I mean, somebody doing rap when your Joe, yeah, I mean, before call.
I think I've always been American before I became one, but I'd always wanted to live here. My attitude, my lifestyle, my dress code, just so when I moved here, it wasn't difficult at all. Like I blended in really quick, and more so, I made sure that I tried to stay away from Africans or Nigerians per se.
Oh really? You tried to stay away from Nigerians?
Yeah, I just
there's
a reason for that.
This is not the first time I'm hearing that, but tell me your own reason. Why do you want to stay away from Nigerians abroad? It's not only in America, here it's in London, wherever. They say some people say stay away from Nigerians. What's your reason?
I mean, I did stay in London for a little bit, so I can't say as much of that experience in London as much as here. In London, I had a best friend, and then I had a lot of my family people, so I was well guarded. But out here is a lot more different. It's bigger, there's more people, it's a bigger place. It's also a lonely place too. So, but something I learned, I heard that was something that was told to me before I started living here. But I had to have my own experience to be able to now properly say that, no, I don't like to live around Nigerians for specific reasons. I mean, I don't hate my people. I love my people. I like being Nigerian. Even where I am, when I'm around my Kata people, I like to always make it known that I am not just African, I am Nigerian. I make it very clear that then we can go back to our normal thing. But my reasons for staying away is, first of all, you know how our people are. You get carried, everybody comes here and gets carried away with real life. Everybody wants to be seen driving a Benz in America. Everybody wants to be seen appearing successful. I mean, it's achievable, you understand, if you bring your head down. But some people are actually looking successful without actually being successful. And online, you see everything, because now, we're in the age where the internet is another life. Whether we like it or not, the internet is another life, you understand? So some people are really rich on the internet, you understand, but don't look happy or are not happy in real life. I did see a lot of that. I'm not a fake person, I'm a real person. I'm not going to go on candid lie, say I be waiting, I don't be, or I get waiting, I don't get. No, I don't do that. So my bad experiences where I had friends who were, oh my God, I'm happy you're back. You're coming here. Happy you're coming to live here. You can stay with me. You understand? Till you find your feet. You understand? Because when you come Yankee, if you're not coming with money to stand on your feet, you will need somebody to, you're going to need shoulder, So I did have some people who actually offered those quote unquote shoulders, but ended up being like animals. Like really, really, really horrible people. I've had my bad experiences, with people I did call friends or maybe relatives. But at this point in time, they always turn on you. And at some point I was like, you know what? No be like say, I know they get my own, you understand? But sometimes I just needed you to help me so that I can understand how the system works, how things work around wherever I'm living, where I'm going to properly reside. But the thing about it is, once you start to get successful, and what do they talk about success? We're talking about basics of life. You understand? Successful is, you don't get your own place. You understand? You did drive one nice car. You understand? You get a job where you do, where they give you income. Because let's face facts, everybody in America, you need to do something aside your actual art, unless your actual art is now making you enough money to pay your bills. But if that's not happening just yet, you need something, you understand, to put on the side where you say going to give you that income. And that income needs to be able to pay for your basics, which is your rent or mortgage, your car note if you have one. I don't do car notes. I just buy my cars, outright. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I come from a mentality from Nigeria where I know one day, it's bad enough I'm having to talk to the bank for mortgage money, or having to talk to your landlord, or having to discuss rent every month. And every other bill that has to come in, I'm going to add car to one. You understand? I'm not saying anything is wrong with it, but I'm just saying that's just me. That's, if I reduce that, that's one less problem over me. So going back to, the basics, when you start to achieve these things and you start to look like you're living well, you're doing okay, you look happy, jealousy comes in. Now, our people have a problem with actually, and I watched this with a lot of other communities, like the Chinese or the Mexicans, or let me not even say Mexicans, the Hispanics, you understand? Certain type of, people, when you see them come over here, yes, we are all Americans, you understand? But you get where you from, come, you understand? How are you trying to uplift your people, enrich your people, so that your people are strong enough to help? When you have other people or family people coming in, there will be a platform to raise your people up, and that's how you grow your community. But our community here is, this guy is successful, everybody's gossiping about him and talking and looking for a way to either put him in trouble or bring him down. You understand? That's not an environment that I want to be around, So when I had my own fair share of bad experiences, I don't get one of my friends with them and say, come stay for my house, no worry, leave, blah, 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 blah. Bro, I leave Houston, go Dallas, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I get, bro, don't worry. Begging me to move to Yankee. When I eventually went to his house, after a while, everything became a problem, you understand? And I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to get something doing, you understand? I've put out a couple applications. I've gotten a few. I need to go for these interviews. I don't know my way around. I don't even have a car, you understand? Even if I wanted to Uber, because even when I come Yankee, let me be honest, when I left Nigeria, everything crashed for me in Nigeria completely, you understand? When I moved to Yankee, I came to America with only $150 in my pocket at the airport. $70 was what I used to buy my SIM card. The rest of it was, we'll go find way, do this thing, you understand? So I didn't have enough money, but I wanted to find something doing, you understand? We could give me income, make a first stand, then I can figure out other things that I want to probably do. At some point, sharp, I don't get my driver's license. Sharp, I don't get interviews. My brother was always, I could sense that resentment of, this just come here now. How you could just stay? At a point in time, he actually verbally said it. How are you doing all this. You understand? Bros, I don't come Yankee before now. You understand? Forget the fact that I now permanently want to live here. I don't come this country before. You understand? I've been coming to this country with I came to this country with a P3 visa. I Googled, I tried to, you understand, and America's information, you understand, I tried to find out what I could do with the status of the type of visa that I had. It's called P3, you understand? And P3 visa means that you can actually work or get, so I got some certain things. I got my socials even before I moved back to Yankee, stuff like that. So I used those base platforms that I had already made for myself to try and see what else I could get from it. So I did try to help myself. As you be my guy, they help me. I get interview, I go beg you, say, make you carry me, make I go my interview. I'm trying to go work so that I can be off your neck. You understand? I'm not a leech. I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to sit down in your house and be waiting for you to feed me. I sabi feed myself, so I know what to do. But as soon as I started doing this, I had a friend who eventually said, hey, Will, I'll come and take you to that interview. She came, took me there. I got the interview, got the job. By the time, I came back to the house, I begged my guy, you have 3 cars in your house. 1 is free. You couldn't give me 1. You couldn't even drop me off at work. It became a problem. Envy can't come. Before you know what's going to happen, I did that job for in a month. After a month, I got my first paycheck. I bought a car. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was something that could take me from point A to that job. All I knew that first things first, I just need something to take me from point A to point B. As I keep working, I save more money. I could get myself a better car and find a place of my own. You understand? I had given myself a timeline that all that would happen for me. I know they spend money, I know they go anywhere, you understand? But the more I kept progressing, the more the hate, the envy, the more that envy. I could see to my friend at a point in time, he had to ask me, say, how are you doing what you are doing? Bros, but I had you to help me. But you are watching me do everything, and I'm doing it because I'm trying to get out of your hair. Eventually, this guy, on top something when children do, he blame him on top me. One day this guy carried, you see the stick. I had to ask, when I was done, I had to run out of the house. This was pursuing me with stick, wanted to, physically assault me. First of all, let me get out first. You understand? And then we can figure this whole shit out. I never went back to the house. I came back. His wife came back. It was a problem, blah, blah, blah. She was like, why are you fighting your friend? Blah, 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 blah. Long story short, he gave me a notice that I had to leave his house. Shockingly to him, unknowing to him, I'd already gone to find a place of my own. I had gotten it, I had paid for it, I had a moving date. So when he told me that I needed to leave his house, I told him, I was leaving anyway. I just wanted to let you know. And he was shocked again, like, I won't disgrace this guy, but he don't walk. Bro, I still moved up. That's just one experience out of people who I now said, okay, now my person be this, let me come close to you so that we can see what we can do, help ourselves. But every time I got to that point, it's envy. Oh, everybody, you're pulling up, everybody wants to know if you're pulling up in a Benz or a flashy car, blah, blah, blah. Bro, now Yankee we did, nobody really gives a about what car you're driving or how you look. You understand? The importance of living abroad is basics. Are you paying your rent? Are you paying your bills? You understand? Are your bills taken care of and stuff like that? However you move is really nobody's business. But being around our people, that mentality comes back into play, which is how are you moving? How are you looking? Are you coming to the club? Are you spending? Blah, 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 blah. Bro, you're going to the club, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with this, you understand? Because even I'm guilty of it. I've done it one time, and that had to be because of it was my birthday. How you go take your rent? Go pop bottle for club? Makes no sense to me. Do you understand? But anyway, so that pressure of having to keep up a certain persona and an appearance just so that people can talk about you, so that you can appear like a big boy, or you're being successful when you're really not, or you're probably struggling, or you're probably okay. Now, some people don't understand the word called content. Bro, if I'm wearing a t-shirt, it doesn't have to be a Louis Vuitton t-shirt. It doesn't have to be an L. It doesn't have to be that. But does it look good on me? Yes. That's all that really matters. You understand? I'm not saying all that doesn't matter. So that pressure was so much that at the point in time, I'm like, look, I came here to focus. You understand? There's time for everything. There'll be time when I can pop out again and do whatever, you understand, and look how I'm supposed to look. But for right now hustle we do. I don't come here Counts Bridge now, you understand? So now hustle. So the safest thing that I had to do, which is an advice I'll give people, the safest thing that I had to do was move away completely from our people. When I went to live, I lived around Hispanics. I think I was the only black guy in my community before a few black people started moving in. You understand? But I stayed where I stayed. I tried to maintain a very good charisma. I tried to maintain a very good image. I made sure I was clean. I made sure I wasn't into trouble. Anyway, I don't even bother people. Once I don't finish with it, I don't finish. I'm back in my house. You won't see me outside. You understand? So I lived there for a while. I lived around that community for a while. And sometimes when people ask me in Yankee, where are you from? I usually say Dallas. You understand? Because I had to move even from Houston completely, because Houston be like, it didn't make sense to me, because Houston be like saying that another Niger be that. You understand? Why am I traveling all the way from Nigeria to come and live in Nigeria? You understand? You understand? It just didn't make sense to me. You understand? And all that pressure, I had needed to be away from everything so that I can focus on the things that I wanted to do for myself. And I wanted to get into cinematography too. You need time, space, clarity, and less noise to be able to focus on things like that also. I also wanted to try dabbling into IT too, and every other thing that I wanted to do. I had things that I was trying to heal from. I had a lot of trauma, a lot of problem. So I needed to be away from everything and everyone. I even turned off my social media. My Instagram account, I changed it to another name just so that nobody finds me. I deleted everything, just left it there. Then at some point, I actually just closed down the account, opened a different page, which was about my cinematography. And that's where I was focusing on, because I wanted a different type of vibe and community to engage in. I just see life differently. It just away from what I was brought up or used to, so I needed that focus to stay away. And my brother, I won't lie to you, that was another best decisions I did, because I didn't have the pressure of, I got to wear LV to come out to, you understand? Because if I'm caught sleeping, these people would take me. I didn't have all that pressure. I don't give a shit. You understand? I can come out of my house, wear my flip-flops, walk to the mall, you understand? And easily just do whatever I wanted to do and have peace. And focus on what I was doing till when it was time for me to be ready to just pop back out a little bit.